Hi everyone. Today we'll see how to add activity formatter for a problem record on a workspace. So in this example, we are taking like CSM workspace, and let us see how to add the formatter here. So for this, let's go to UI Builder first. And from here, let's select the experiences and select the CSM FSM configuration configurable workspace. So any record which you open on the workspace is under the URL path, the record followed by the table and sysID. So we are searching for the page which contains which loads whenever a record is opened on the CSM workspace. So in this case, it's the CSM default records page. So let's open that and let's make some changes out here in order to show the activity formatter. So this is out of the box page. Instead of editing this out of the box page, let's make a copy of it by using this hamburger menu here and select the duplicate variant, and let's give it a copy since we're doing it for a problem record. So let us name it with problem here, and we can also add some conditions to load this page only for records coming for when we open a record for a particular table, like in this case the problem table. So let's create it. So now the new variant is created and the system is trying to load the new variant. Let's wait until this. Okay, now let's visualize how the page looks like by using the test values here. Let's give the problem name of the table as problem, and let's select one of the record, see the preview of it. So yeah, this is how the existing the problem record looks like. So let's try to add somewhere at the top. So if you go to the body section here, so all the details are in the top container or wrapped under this top container. So let's try to add a section after this. So let's add after, and let's use this stepper component here. We added, as you can see, it gave us the formatter type component here. So these values are on the test values here. So as you can see on the right hand side, we have like the items here. So for testing purpose, let's add something like test, and if you can see, so as you can see, it added the new value here. So these are all the static values here. So let's try to make this dynamic by querying the values of the state value from the problem record and using that to display the formatter. So for this we need to use data resources. So as you can see on the left hand side, we have some data resources under data and script section here. Let me enlarge this. So let's try to use these data resources which can give us the value of the state choices from the problem record. So for this, let's go to a table called data broker server scripts, and let's create a new record here. So let's name it get state choice for problem. So we need to configure, give a property. Properties are like which can make this resource dynamic. So here we are making it dynamic by giving the table name and the sysID as the required parameters for this data broker script. And I have some predefined script here which I'll copy, which is fairly simple. I'll try to explain. So we are simply getting the table name and sysID from the data resource, and you're querying for the choices, and we are pushing the choice values of the state field into a result object and returning that an object here. So let's save this. Now let's go back to the UI builder here. Now under the data resource, let's create a new one, and let's select the data resource which you just created, get state choice for the problem, let's add it. And as you configured in the properties, it requires a table and the table name and the sysID, so we can bind the data for the table and the sysID from the page properties. So they are under this props object here, and if you scroll down we have the table name here. So this is just to make this dynamic. So yeah, as you can see, it got the table name as problem from the page, and similarly we get the sysID as well. So sysID is the test record sysID here, and we also need to configure the ACLs for this to execute. So let's configure the ACLs here. Let me show you what the ACLs looks like. So let me first elevate the role. So here we need to create a new ACL for type we create a new ACL here. So we create a type for UX data broker executive. We need to select the sysID in the name here, but when you're creating for the ACL for the first time, we don't see we can't enter the sysID directly. So first let's create select the table name here, and let's give it some role for testing purposes. Just give SNC internal, and let's submit it. You can see the ACL got created. So now let's go back to the data broker script which is created and copy the sysID, and let's go back to the ACL list and double click the list view and change it to the sysID for the name. So this is how we need to create the ACL for data broker. And let's go back to the builder. Now we can, as you can see, the ACL warning is gone and we got the output. So as you can see, it returned all the state values for the problem record. And now we can use this data coming from the data resource and bind it to the stepper function here, the component, sorry. And under the data binding here, you can select the data resource and get state choice for problem, and let's select the output. So as you can see, now the formatter or the stepper function got changed, stepper component changed to the choice values for the problem record. And one last thing which you have to do is for the selector item, you have to use a script to return the current value. So for this we'll use .walk to the API, go to the record and get the data from the form for field state, and let's apply it, save it, and there you go. This let's preview this record and see. Yeah, as you can see, it's showing the current the formatter with the current state and the completed states as well. So this is how we add a formatter to the workspace for any record. Yeah, hope you enjoy this video. Thank you.